with the cry of the 21st Aethyr, which is called Asp. A mighty wind rolls through all the Aethyr. There is a sense of absolute emptiness, no color, no form, no substance. Only now and then there seem, as it were, the shadows of great angels swept along. No sound. There is something very remorseless about the wind, passionless. That is very terrible in a way. It is nerve-shaking. It seems as if something kept on trying to open behind the wind, and just as it is about to open, the effort is exhausted. The wind is not cold or hot. There is no sense of any kind connected with it. One does not even feel it, for one is standing in front of it. Now the thing opens behind, just for a second, and I catch a glimpse of an avenue of pillars, and at the end a throne supported by sphinxes. All this is black marble. Now I seem to have gone through the wind, and to be standing before the throne, but he that sitteth thereon is invisible. Yet it is from him that all this desolation proceeds. He is trying to make me understand by putting tastes in my mouth, very rapidly, one after the other. Salt, honey, sugar, asafoetida, bitumen, honey again, some taste that I don't know at all, garlic, something very bitter, like nux vomica, another taste, still more bitter, lemon, cloves, rose leaves, honey again, the juice of some plant, like a dandelion, I think honey again, salt, a taste, something like phosphorus, honey, laurel, a very unpleasant taste, which I don't know, coffee, then a burning taste, then a sour taste that I don't know. All these tastes issue from his eye. He signals them. I can see his eye now. His eyes now. They are very round, with perfectly black pupils, perfectly white iris, and the cornice pale blue. The sense of desolation is so acute that I keep on trying to get away from the vision. I told him that I could not understand his taste language, so instead he set up a humming very much like a big electric plant with dynamos going. Now the atmosphere is deep night blue, and by the power of that atmosphere, the pillars kindle to a dull, glowing crimson, and the throne is a dull, ruddy gold. And now, through the humming, come, very clear, bell-like notes, and farther still, a muttering like that of a gathering storm. And now I hear the meaning of the muttering. I am he who was before the beginning, and in my desolation I cried aloud, saying, let me behold my countenance in the concave of the abyss. And I beheld, and lo, in the darkness of the abyss, my countenance was black, and empty, and distorted, that I was once invisible and pure. Then I closed mine eye, that I might not behold it, and for this was it fixed. Now it is written that one glance of mine eye shall destroy it, and mine eye I dare not open, because of the foulness of the vision. Therefore do I gaze with these two eyes throughout the aeon. Is there not one of all my adepts that shall come unto me, and cut off mine eyelids, that I may behold and destroy? Now I take a dagger, and searching out his third eye, seek to cut off the eyelids, but they are of adamant, and the edge of the dagger is turned, and tears drop from his eyes, and there is a mournful voice. So it hath been ever, so must it ever be. Though thou hast the strength of 5 bulls, thou shalt not avail in this. And I said to him, Who shall avail? And he answered me, I know not, but the dagger a penance. Thou shalt temper 7 times, afflicting the 7 courses of thy soul, and thou shalt sharpen its edge 7 times by 7 ordeals. One keeps on looking round to try and find something else, because of the terror of it, but nothing changes at all, nothing but the empty throne, and the eyes, and the avenue of pillars. And I said to him, O thou that art the first countenance before time, thou of whom it is written that he, God, is one, he is the eternal one, without equal, son or companion. Nothing shall stand before his face. All we have heard of thine infinite glory and holiness, of thy beauty and majesty, and behold, there is nothing but the abomination of desolation. He speaks. I cannot hear a word. Something about the book of the law. The answer is written in the book of the law, or something of that sort. There's a long speech. All that I can hear is, from me pour down the fires of life and increase continually upon the earth. From me flow down the rivers of water and oil and wine. From me cometh forth the wind that beareth the seeds of trees, and flowers and fruits, and all herbs upon its bosom. From me cometh forth the earth in her unspeakable variety. Yea, all cometh from me, naught cometh unto me. Therefore I am lonely and horrible upon this unprofitable throne. Only those who accept nothing from me can bring anything to me. He goes on speaking again. I cannot hear a word. I may have got about 1/20 of what he said, and I say to him, It was written that his name is Silence, but thou speakest continually. And he answers, Nay, the muttering which thou hearest is not my voice, it is the voice of the ape. When I say that he answers, it means that it is the same voice, being on the throne, has not uttered a word. I say, O thou ape that speakest for him whose name is Silence, how shall I know that thou speakest truly his thought? And the muttering continues. Nor speaketh he, nor thinketh, nor that which I say is true, because I lie in speaking his thoughts. He goes on, nothing stops him, and the muttering comes so fast that I cannot hear him at all. Now the muttering has ceased. R is overwhelmed by the bells, and the bells in their turn are overwhelmed by the whirling, and now the whirling is overwhelmed by the silence, and the blue light is gone, and the throne and the pillars are returned to blackness, and the eyes of him that sitteth upon the throne are no more visible. I seek to go up close to the throne, and I am pushed back, because I cannot give the sign. I have given all the signs I know and am entitled to, and I have tried to give the sign that I know and am not entitled to, but have not the necessary appurtenance. And even if I had, it would be useless, for there are 2 more signs necessary. I find that I was wrong in suggesting that a master of the temple had a right to enter the temple of Amachus, or an Ipsissimus. On the contrary, The rule that holds below holds also above. The higher you go, the greater is the distance from one grade to another. I am being slowly pushed backwards, down the avenue, out into the wind, and this time I am caught up by the wind and whirled away down it like a dead leaf, and a great angel sweeps through the wind and catches hold of me and bears me up against it, and he sets me down on the hither side of the wind, and he whispers in my ear, "Go thou forth unto the world,
O thrice and 4 times blessed, who hast gazed upon the horror of the loneliness of the first. No man shall look upon his face and live. And thou hast seen his eyes and understood his heart, for the voice of the ape is the pulse of the heart, his heart, and the laboring of his breast. Go therefore and rejoice, for thou art the prophet of Aon arising, wherein he is not. Give thou praise unto the Lady Nuit, and unto her Lord Habit, that are for thee and for thy bride, and the winners of the Ordeal X.
And with that, we are come to the wall of Aethyr, and there's a little narrow gate, and he pushes me through it, and I am suddenly in the desert. The desert near Balsada, November 29th, 1909, 1:30 to 2:50 p.m. And that night he took the shoe stone to his breast to sleep, and immediately a dhyana arose of the sun, seen more clearly afterwards as the star. Exceeding was its brilliance. And so not only the representative quality that we've seen in previous mentions, and how the Enochian material kind of explains what else you've been encountering spiritually. I mean, through the experience of it. So we saw a color language and a taste language. Not as many tastes. I'd like to get a taste of the Aethers sort of thing going on, but there's not enough information at this time to do that.